we accepted that I was never going to get donations. I was never going to get to America, and I'm going to suffer for the rest of however long my life will be.
To be on Struggle Street changed our life.
And we were just like, what? No way, like this can't be happening, surely not.
Oh, my darling. The kindness of strangers was so amazing. We haven't come all this way for nothing.
I know that.
I know you know that. Like Jessica said, I'm entitled to live a life too, just as much as you are.
In Melbourne's outer north, single mum Michelle and daughter Jess are facing a battle for survival.
Literally your whole skeleton feels like knives stabbing into you.
21-year-old Jess suffers from an incredibly rare disease called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome type 6.
All my collagen is faulty. Without collagen, you fall apart. The other day, I was washing my hair and 3 times my shoulder dislocated and I had to call out to Mum to help me put it back in. My GP's like, I want to help you, but there is no help here.
The specialist treatment she needs is 17,000 kilometres away, in Baltimore, in the US.
This is why we've got the GoFundMe.
We've raised $140 in 2 months from 6 people, which is good. It's a good start. We need to get there a bit more.
Her lifespan isn't very long, and we're looking at a prepaid funeral now. You know, the thought of losing her is just, it's unbearable, you know?
We were just looking at the TV, just basically judging ourselves, putting ourselves down because, well, we're not good with self-esteem.
We had a person contact us and say, have you seen Jessica's GoFundMe? And I said, no, what for?
Like I turned on my computer and every 3 seconds the page was automatically refreshing. And I was like, no, this can't be happening.
I was like, what? We literally watched it rise and rise and rise and rise. We're like, is this ever going to stop?
I've never had this type of support ever. So the reality is now I can get to America, now I can get treatment.
Who is Dr. Henderson?
He's the neurosurgeon.
Oh.
It's almost like a second chance at life.
Without the kindness of strangers, I love that saying, the kindness of strangers. Well, I can't do it how they did it in the movies.
I've always depended on the kindness of strangers.
It's just like, wow, I didn't think that many people would care.
I wish I could go out and hug them all and say, come on, group hug.
You don't need this much clothes for carry-on.
I've never been overseas in my life. I'm taking my coat.
You don't need it.
I'm taking it. I've got a hat.
You don't need hats.
Well, they call us coming from overseas. It sounded really odd when we say, well, you're the overseas people. Baltimore, Maryland, so that's where we'll be. A whole nother world it's going to be for us. And like in Walmart, I have to check out Walmart.
I have to pack a lot of medication. Since filming on Struggle Street, my back has gotten very much worse. I have a very, very low immune system, and that's why I wear a mask.
She was in intensive care for 3 days. I prayed for her to live. I prayed for her to die because I didn't want to see her like this anymore, I know that sounds probably awful, but it was one of the hardest times in my life. The doctors here refused to even believe she was sick and said that it was all in her head. I can't comprehend why these doctors won't listen.
It's really sad that you have to go to another country to get help when you should be able to get help in your own country.
Alrighty. Big day today, Jess. Gonna miss you. Oh, let's go, Jess. How exciting. They don't know what they're in for when we get there, I tell you. And Jessica, I got my coat. And my hat. Come on. Don't worry. Dr. Henderson's going to have the answers, okay?
What if he doesn't?
Well, I reckon he's going to. Alright? Be positive. Come all this way. You're going to get the answers, I promise you.
Hi. How are you feeling?
Not great.
Does this right shoulder always sag a bit?
Yeah.
Okay, whoa. That hurt?
Yeah.
Your shoulders?
Yep.
The skull is slipped forward on the spine there. So that means there's a little probably pressure on the front of the brainstem right here.
So that would mean surgery then?
She has a profound connective tissue problem that affects every part of her spine, every joint, and as well many of her internal organs. You got scoliosis. Surprisingly, however, she's quite cheerful.
Alright, I'm going to put on the front portion, and then I'll put on the back.
We have definitely got answers now. I'm not saying I'm happy about these answers, but I am relieved that I found out what causes my problems.
So I'm feeling very overwhelmed, confused. Now we have all this other stuff that she needs to get done.
Don't worry, Ma, it'll be all okay.
If I'm down, she'll push me back up, and vice versa. They're only $6. Like, how cheap is that? So when I give you the medicine, I put this on. How funny is that?
My mum is everything to me. She's my best friend, what can I say?
Yeah, okay.
Once I get more medically under control, I'm hoping I can continue making awareness, not just for rare diseases, but for all disabilities.
She had recently done a speech about her disease in front of 115 people.
It takes a lot of strength to put your hand up and say, I need help. The one thing I have learned is never, never give up.
She had a standing ovation. Couldn't believe it, you know. I was so proud.
Thank you, everyone.